But I want to touch on Michael Olise, because Michael Olise's he's given them that consistency that some of the white players previously did.
And he's some top performances. I thought Michael Olise was the best player on the pitch.
Harry, well done once again. I'm gonna ask you a question about Michael. How great is it to play with him?
Michael's great, and I think, sometimes Michael has a persona from the outside. I don't think people really get to know what he's like as a person. He's a great character, a great guy in the change room, works extremely hard in the gym with extra finishing, extra training, and you can see the determination from him to be one of the best in the world.
July 2024. Bayern Munich have just spent 60 million euros on Michael Olise, a player most Premier League clubs hesitated to fully trust, not because he lacked talent, but because they didn't understand him. Fast forward to months later, at the Allianz Arena, under the lights, the Champions League nights, Michael Olise doesn't just introduce himself, he announces himself, and suddenly everyone is asking the same question. How did we let Bayern Munich steal him? For Bayern, this wasn't just another signing, it was a statement, because since Hansi Flick's departure, Bayern haven't collapsed. They've hovered, still competitive, still dangerous, always there in the Champions League, but never quite the team to beat. Under different managers, they've showed flashes, moments where you thought, this might be it again. But that aura, that inevitability they once carried in Europe, it was missing. Until Vincent Kompany arrived. He was not the obvious choice, not the proven elite, but what he brought was clarity. It was structure, identity, and direction. And for the first time in years, Bayern didn't just look like contenders. They looked like a team building toward dominance again. And right in the middle of that shift was Michael Olise. But this story doesn't begin in Munich. It begins with rejection. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester City academies, they all saw the talent, but often said the same thing. Brilliant player, difficult personality. Olise wasn't loud. He wasn't expressive. He didn't fit the mold. And in modern academies, that can be a problem. Because football doesn't just judge your ability, it judges how you present it. July 2018. Reading finally give him a chance. Olise signs his scholarship program, but even then, nothing is immediate. It takes him 8 months to make a debut for the club, and over a year after the said 8 months to truly start impacting matches. By early 2020, he's almost invisible. Then everything changes in the beginning of the 2020-2021 season. Just out of COVID, Olise goes ahead and scores 7 goals and provides 12 assists in 44 appearances. And suddenly, he's not being overlooked anymore. He's becoming unavoidable. He gets nominated for the EFL Young Player of the Season and wins it. And just like that, the Premier League comes calling. Crystal Palace trigger his 8 million release clause. But what they do not realize at the moment is that they had secured one of the most technically gifted players in Europe. The 2023-2024 season goes ahead to prove this. Despite limited appearances, Olise delivers 16 goal contributions in just 19 games. And it's not about the numbers, it's about who he does it against. He begins with a free kick against Manchester United in the dying embers to rescue a point at Old Trafford, then a brace in a 4-0 demolition of Manchester United at Selhurst Park, a late penalty at the Etihad to secure another point in a 2-all draw, and despite them losing the match, he scores a stunning volley in the first half against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge to bring the match level before half-time. In big stages, big moments, and with no fear. And still, some clubs hesitated. When Olise went to Bayern, he wasn't really adapting, he elevated. His first season into the team, he scores 12 goals and provides 15 assists, becoming Bundesliga's top assist provider. He is named in the team of the season, and he becomes the rookie of the season in the Bundesliga. But more importantly, he takes the next season into another level. Because now, with 18 goals and 25 assists in just 44 matches, with 18 assists in the Bundesliga, chasing a record of 21 set by Müller in 2019-2020, Olise isn't just producing good numbers, he's producing an elite output. And now, he's not a prospect anymore. He's a problem for every defense in Europe. And if at Bayern he thrives in structure, then with France he's surrounded by world-class talent. Olise adds unpredictability to Leblanc, as his role is clear: progress the ball, break defensive lines, and create moments out of nothing. And in a team filled with stars, Olise doesn't fade. Despite his nonchalance, he stands out, because what makes him special isn't just talent, it's composure. He plays football like time moves slower for him, and at the highest level, where the stakes are high, that's rare. Now look at him, a Champions League semi-finalist, a two-time Bundesliga champion, a France international heading into the World Cup in the summer. But more than that, is proof of something bigger, that you don't have to fit the mold to dominate the game. The same player once labeled as difficult is now defining systems at the highest level. And somewhere, that quiet kid moving between academies is asking, did it work? Yes, it did.